All right. Delta Green, Impossible Landscapes, Session 17. Picking up where we left off on the evening of September 3rd, 2015, where agents Maya and Jerry end up at the Dorchester house in handcuffs originally until Agent Mantillo shows up on her bike. There is an effort to escape with Agent Mantillo moving up the driveway to the Dorchester house and shooting from the gates of the Dorchester house at two police officers, Boston police officers, that are taking
fake police officers
that are taking Agent Maya and Jerry into custody. Agent Maya overwhelms one of the police officers as she's still in cuffs, chokes him.
Spectacular fashion.
Yes, subdues him, kicks the weapon, his personal weapon, away from him, rendering him relatively helpless at the time as Maya frantically fights. And then Jerry ends up near the Dorchester house in some bushes, comes out of there, and as an orderly confronts him and tries to get him out of there and coax him back into the Dorchester house to no success at first. Agent Mantillo decides to breach the front gate to the Dorchester house, and in so doing does that with the help from a Master Sergeant Alvarez, one of his contacts in Boston for some reason. Pulls up in his car. She gets in the car with him. They breach the gate. He wonders what's going on. And Mantillo shoots one of the police. I think you shoot both police officers, didn't you, Mantillo?
So I feel like I shot one from outside the gate from the dark.
Yeah.
And then I shot the other
him.
one, I think, after I came in. Yeah.
Yeah. And I think
shot at the other one.
In the leg, or I don't know.
And I believe the orderly was shot too.
You wounded the orderly.
Yeah. Oh, that was the guy.
Oh, the orderly.
Yeah.
That's right.
I don't think we killed the second cop.
No, he was.
I agree. He gave up. Yeah, the second cop gave up. That's right. He
He started wrestling with him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
One was shot.
Yeah, I didn't shoot at him. That would have been dangerous.
Yeah. One police officer was shot.
Dropped.
Yes.
One orderly was shot.
Dropped.
Yes. And as we closed out the scene, Jerry Gladstone, Agent Mignon, walks back into the Dorchester house.
And wins the game.
That's right.
That's what I
For
thought.
all of
I thought
us.
That was a win, automatic
Ralph
win.
Wiggum
Touchdown.
style. I win.
Touchdown.
There, as the fighting had been going on, the skirmish between Maya and the police officer, kind of rolling around on the ground, the police officer has time to call in backup on his radio, and it's not long before sirens are heard off into the distance. But he is kind of helpless. He's worried about his partner who's been shot and an orderly that's been shot. Shots fired has been called over the police radio, and Agent Mantillo and Agent Maya flee the scene.
Escape.
Like,
Left the scene.
yes.
Yeah.
Like flying
And also
out of there.
note that
Like
she choked him with his radio after he called it in.
he did. She did.
Which was awesome.
So prior to that, as a reminder, there was to be a rendezvous at the mall at 11 p.m. local time. And there was questions before everything all hell broke loose on whether you would actually make that meeting. But with the time frame and in what all happened, it was relatively quick. I'd say you were at the Dorchester house probably for less than a half hour before everything went sideways.
Yeah, no one can put hell in a handbasket in short order like we can. Quick. And that rendezvous was actually, the timetable had moved up on us, and that's why we were kind of like, right? We were supposed to have an extra day, I think. Suddenly they were like, nah.
Who were we supposed to meet? Your contact or something? Or
Yeah. When we were suspicious of the handler, what's the handler's name, guys?
Exeter.
Guy from the restaurant.
Exeter,
when we got suspicious of
one?
Exeter, she contacted someone she knew in the program, and that turned into a tell us what you know, yada yada yada, and then get us all the information you can in like 2 days, and then that turned into meet us tomorrow night with everything, or tonight I should say with everything. 11 p.m.
Okay.
So what time is it now, Sean?
It
9,
is
10, 8?
Yeah, I would say it's probably 8 or 9 o'clock. The Tahoe plows through the front of the Dorchester house, plowing through anything in its way, in the gates. Yeah. Mantillo
Gates, right. Yeah.
runs to her motorcycle and takes off.
And Mantillo had that, sorry to dub out, she had that weird interaction with somebody that she kind of knows, right?
Master Sergeant Alvarez.
That was the guy, the Master Sergeant. And the weird thing...
So I have a question for Edwin, or for the group, actually. It would appear that Agent Mantillo really wasn't impacted by a Master Sergeant that she had served with 10 years prior? Ish, give or
15,
take.
20, so a while ago.
15, 20 years.
Yeah.
Showing up in Boston in front of the Dorchester house, which you tell me, it sounded like you kind of blew him off.
So I do not believe he is real.
So if you don't believe he's real, is he still a Bond?
I don't believe that this manifestation of him is real.
Okay. I just wanted to
in the
double
same
check.
way that I don't believe the guys in the theater were real.
Got it.
There's been too much illusory or weird memory twisty stuff. I just don't think that really happened.
Okay. That's fine, and I understand that. I just tried to make it sure that if it's hard to have a Bond if you don't believe they exist.
No, he exists. This just wasn't him.
Got it. Okay. All right. So, yes, Master Sergeant's left there.
Yes.
As far as you guys know.
Yeah, the fake cops, the fake Master Sergeant, and the fake Dorchester house have all been left behind.
And the fake Jerry Gladstone.
It was the wrong.
The real Jerry Gladstone is going to come out.
We don't know about the real, because it was the wrong director, right? It was Director Friendly or whatever his name is.
Yeah, we got that when we tried to check in at the gate, and that's what set us just teeth on edge from there through the next 2 sessions.
Yep.
So I guess I will start with Agent Maya and Mantillo. First of all, you guys take off. Do you go in the same direction, or do you guys bye and...
I think we described splitting up, actually.
I think we did. Yeah, I remember that. Yeah. Mantillo, I feel like rides for a while, and then a couple blocks later, I think we see her reaching down and trying to re-engage her headlights, so that she's just riding in the, she's riding under just street lights to begin with, because she had disarmed her headlamp
on an so subtle Harley.
Right.
Rah! Down the road.
Exactly.
Wide open.
And then she's aiming for a bar that has a lot of her Mexican compatriots in some neighborhood, appropriate neighborhood of Boston, sort of a rough and tumble neighborhood of Boston, where she will park her bike with 20 other bikes and go in.
All
At least
right.
that's her plan.
What's the name of the bar?
It is the Royal. I was going to say the Royal Egg, which makes no sense at all. But I think it is. It's the Golden Egg. That's what it is.
Okay. All right. And as you make your way away from the Dorchester house, there are you could hear the sirens of police. And rescue personnel converging on the Dorchester house. Everything's happening so fast. I will say, but you get away from the Dorchester house and take off with the Golden Egg in mind. Maya, what do you do?
Yeah, in my not really, but I wish brain, I'm hearing like air raid sirens. There's Nazi spotlights searching. Not quite that bad. German Shepherds on chains. I think, Sean, so she is in the Yukon, right?
Yeah.
It's a Yukon. I think the vehicle's okay other than having just rammed through the gate, but she's cuffed. So she has both hands kind of together at the top of the wheel. And she's got in one of her hands, she's also, you can see dangling the cuff key because she grabbed that. I don't think she got her weapon back, but she got the policeman's Glock. So she's got that, which she picked up off the ground. She left her gun back on the hood of his car. But I think we're seeing one of these, classic Hollywood, like front end of the back end of the car like this, as she's going over curbs and stuff, pulling out of the front of the hospital. And hearing the sirens, maybe even seeing in the distance some of the emergency vehicles that are coming from when the guy called, she's thinking now, like, get off the main thoroughfares, get off the roads they're going to be using, the ingress they're going to use to come to the hospital. So she flies into a neighborhood with the vehicle, and it's she's got the accelerator mashed, the V8's roaring as it goes down the street in the dark. Couple of hard tire screeching corners. And then she calms it right down because she's trying not to attract attention to the local neighborhoods, but she wanted to get out of sight as fast as possible. Then she is like she wants to use her phone as she's driving. And she's like, she can't stretch her hands, but she's not willing yet to stop, right? So she's going to try to get her phone up and try to dial it while she's watching the road. She's trying to dial Mantillo as she's driving. She's basically just trying to put distance between herself and the hospital via side streets and neighborhoods. Is what she's doing.
Okay.
She's trying to call Mantillo.
All right. Okay. This may be an interesting timing wise. It depends on how long it takes for this to happen. My take would be, as you're probably trying to call Mantillo, if it's as you're still trying to go through the neighborhoods and Mantillo hasn't found the Golden Egg and taken some strange route to the destination, it's possible you call Mantillo while she's on the bike, which is fine because Mantillo will probably see it when she gets off the bike.
So I'll cut you off there because what I'm thinking is going to be really short.
Sure.
This is not going to be like a big extended thing. And what I'm thinking is, as long as there's nobody following her,
right?
If she's driven for a few minutes even, and it's kind of coast is clear, when she comes to a stop sign is when she'll probably let the truck idle, make the phone call, and if Mantillo picks up, does Mantillo pick up?
We'll say Mantillo picks up eventually. You guys connect.
Sure.
So Edwin, whenever you get it, all you hear is Maya say, Carson Beach, 10 o'clock, and then she hangs up.
Okay.
Carson Beach, guys, is a waterfront beach in Boston.
Okay,
It's like a long, it's like for bikes and people who walk or dogs and that kind of thing. It's a long stretch. The public place is what she wants.
Yep.
And you're going to drive the Yukon there.
She's going to take the Yukon now back to her apartment directly.
Okay.
Quickly. like not speeding, but she's going to go directly there. She's got a whole bunch of things planned here to basically, like, she's thinking, fuck, we're made. If they got the plate, they know who I am, etc. Right? It may take them a little bit to get that because I think this is a government vehicle, but I think they'll eventually put 2 and 2 together.
All right. Okay. So who shot the police? Mantillo shot the police officer.
Mm-hmm.
So Mantillo, do you want the police officer to die or live?
He's fake. It doesn't actually matter.
Okay. In that case, give me a percentile roll, Mantillo. If you roll high, he dies.
All right. That's in the chat. We do this thing here /RD100. Ooh, well, it's going to be a long night in the ER, but who knows?
Fair, but eventually he will die.
Okay.
We're going to see it on the news.
Yeah, we are.
He's in what they call critical condition.
Yes.
Yep.
Shots to the head will do that to somebody.
Yeah, did he shoot him in the head? Did you shoot him in the head?
It was a critical. It was a critical
crit.
shot.
It was a
But
crit.
we don't. I don't know
we
where
said
it went.
headshot, but
Yeah, that's right. I think it was like a non-called shot, and you critted. Yeah.
Yep.
Orderly shot the orderly as well, right?
Yes. Yeah. The orderly was still talking. At the
that was just
end
a
of
flesh
the thing.
wound.
Okay.
Correct.
Through and through.
All right.
Right through his thigh. It's fine.
Didn't hit the femoral. It's
Yeah.
okay. I don't remember blood spurting on me because I was near him, so I think it's okay.
Oh, we're horrible.
The golden egg, huh? Do you ever make it to the golden egg, Mantillo?
You said it was like 8:30 or so.
11 p.m.
No. The time in game was like 8:30.
Correct.
And I had a 10 o'clock date.
That's right.
So yes.
Okay, I'm sorry.
So you say you did get to the golden egg?
Yeah, because I've got an hour to kill, and yeah, absolutely.
Okay. All right. All right, so you head into the golden egg, and it's probably a normal evening. I don't know if it's necessarily hustle and bustle. 3rd of September. I don't know if that's on a weekend. I should probably look that up. Regardless, you park your bike. There's a few outside. It's got a street lamp, and the jukebox is going, and they've got a TV over the bar that's, just on some local station.
Thursday.
It's a Thursday. Thank you, Lou. And you mosey up to the bar and order your favorite drink. And, the bartender knows who you are. Asks if you want the usual, I would imagine. Usual?
Double.
Okay. Kind of raises an eyebrow and pulls out a glass. Probably a cup. I don't know if they'd have glasses in this place.
Oh.
Pulls off a rail bottle and does a long pour, a couple shots there.
Yep.
And of course, just like clockwork, you see the news come up on the TV, and it says breaking. Right? It's not news hour. And they say you could see this correspondent that looks to be outside some gates, some walled off area. And there's no volume, but they're talking, and it says, shots fired, two people injured, one critical, down in the lower third. And then it mentions the correspondent's name, is Sylvia Johnson reporting on site, and it says Dorchester House Mental Health Facility. And you could see in the background the red and blue lights kind of reflecting off the buildings and things of that nature in the background. The bar doesn't seem to notice anything. There's no pictures of you flashing on the screen.
Right, and they're not talking. It's just the words on the
Get the
screen.
volume down. Jukebox is going. It's
Yep.
got Joe Walsh playing on there. Life's been good
Right.
to me.
It's on the DG soundtrack.
That's right.
Right.
Okay. All right. It's time to get to Carson Beach is probably a little ride. So you're probably not going to be at the Golden Egg for very long. Is there anything you wanted to accomplish while you're there?
Definitely the drinks. I think though that
Shakes.
she's
Yeah. Do you swallow the double
exactly.
down? You're like just pound it down, or
Yeah. Take the double down. Thank the bartender, and then go outside and think she's going to. It won't slow him down much. She's going to take the plates off her bike and look for a taxi.
oh,
And she's going to do at least 2 taxi rides from here to Carson Beach.
you're gonna leave your bike there.
So
huh?
she'll go to the go to like North Station, and then she'll dump the cab, go to the other side of North Station, and get a cab to Carson Beach.
Okay. All right.
I think on the way, between the 2 cabs, she's going to call up her brother, and let him know. Ask him to pick up the bike at the Golden Egg.
Okay.
No explanation.
No
He's
explanation.
used to that.
All right. Okay. He says, all right. He kind of asks you why he wanted to pick up the bike at the
Tasted.
the
Just had a double. Another double. Had a double.
All right. So you chalk it up to having too much to drink.
Too much to drink. I'm going on a date. I don't want anyone to take the bike. It won't be there in the morning if you don't go pick it up.
All right. He's like, all right. Actually,
Thank you.
okay. We'll go with
I owe
it.
you.
Sure. Yeah. Couple cabs later, and at 10 p.m., 9:55, Carson Beach. Maya, you just drive there with your Yukon?
No, Maya's got a whole
She left
plan.
it
Oh,
Yeah.
to get to the Carson Beach?
Yep.
All right, I'm listening.
Okay.
Grease car.
Sorry, I was looking at a map of Boston. I need to get our video back up on here. So Carson Beach is like South Boston. So Maya actually has a whole plan, Sean, as she's driving. And her, she's got no one in the car with her, but she is now like, fuck, like, were those real cops? But the building was off, and she's starting to second guess the whole, like, she's worried. So at some point, unless she's pursued, she is going to, pull over just long enough to undo the cuffs with the key, so she can, drive normally. She'll throw the cuffs in the back seat, which is where her duffel bag is, that has her go bag from described earlier. And what she's going to do is, on her way to her apartment, she's going to drive over one of the many bridges that Boston has. Right, it's dark outside. Driver's window goes down. She flings the policeman's gun out the window into the water. She's getting rid of that. So this is, it's just a bunch of shit in her head. Like, what do I need to do? What do I need to do? So she goes directly to her apartment, parks. You stop me if she can't just do any of this. Parks like 4 blocks away. So she's not right next to her apartment, grabs her duffel bag and everything out of the car and just hustles to her apartment. The idea being she's going to basically clean up very briefly because I think she probably got some blood on her from her hands from the cop or just whatever, right? She is going to grab her backup pistol, which is in her apartment, that smaller Walther that she had the day before at the insane asylum. And what her real goal is here, if no one's at her apartment, she's basically going to, stow her bag and everything, take her backup pistol, and she's heading out the door with one goal in mind. She leaves her phone in her apartment, by the way. Her goal here, you guys can picture if you've been to New York City, Boston, any big city late at night, there are these corner stores that are like all lit up and have a shit ton of like cheap Chinese electronics in them, right? You can picture those kind of places. Yeah. She's going to go and try to pick up 2 burner phones. So her whole objective here before she goes to Carson Beach, and she's going to go by foot, I think. She probably only lives 15, 20 minutes away or something like that if she hustles. So her objective is to go to the apartment, get her gun, then stop on the way somewhere, pick up a couple of burner phones, and then get to Carson Beach and meet Mantillo.
Okay.
That's her objective.
Give me a luck check.
Yeah.
Is it coincidental that Carson Beach is in the Dorchester part of Boston? Or did you do that on purpose?
I just picked that right
It's literally in the Dorchester neighborhood of Boston.
Of course it is.
I just looked it up.
That's awesome.
That's insane.
Nice. Luck. Is there luck on here? Or do I just have to do a straight?
Is it at the top?
It's 50-50. It was like in the
50-50.
Which tab?
At the top of your sheet.
Oh, I see it. I see it. Oh, luck. Shazam.
Okay.
How'd she do? 15s.
Yeah.
She was successful.
Yeah. So as you're boogieing in the house, you could see like a little bit further down the sidewalk, not too far from your house, but you see Mr. Polnicek walking his dog. But he doesn't notice you. Duck into your house unnoticed.
Mr. Polnicek's probably a nosy neighbor.
Well, you know who he is. He's retired. He's got a lot of time on his hands. You've found. Very nice
she
guy.
Didn't want to be. Yeah.
Probably.
He would have tried to talk to her.
Yeah, but yeah, you know that if he had seen you, he'd probably he'd want his dog Bubbles to probably come and say hello because.
Okay. She avoids that encounter.
Yes. Okay.
She, by the way, when she was at the apartment, she probably threw on like a different shirt and grabbed a different jacket, just in case, like if the orderly was like described her, So I imagine she throws a baseball hat on, now has like a different color windbreaker. Still going to be a windbreaker. Just as she is.
Okay. All right. Let's bring in. I'm going to bring you in, Lou.
I'm waiting.
I don't want you to sit around too long.
Dangerous.
I'm going to say that your character had been trailing Jerry.
Without a doubt.
Wondering what's going on. And there might be some timing with this. He might have shown up a little late to the party and realized that all hell was breaking loose. And you are not oblivious to the Dorchester house.
Okay.
Okay. You've been there. You've checked it out before. You were part of an operation. As a matter of fact, it's kind of your current operation. Operation Mercy. Okay. And you were on that team with 2 other individuals, an Agent Vega and an Agent Venus. And I mean, to you, it's probably even more odd that this operation ends up in Boston, the same place that Jerry's been doing his book signings, and has been, Jerry's gone to the Dorchester house. You might have lost track of him briefly, but picked him up maybe after he got out.
Yeah, I get concerned when he didn't show up for the signing.
Of course.
Because that's not like him.
Right. As we flash back to the 24th of June, 2015, Operation Mercy you are briefed on Operation Mercy to investigate a individual that's experiencing to Delta Green some strange behavior. Okay. And it's not Jerry. It happens to be an individual name by the name of Barbas. And that strange behavior was he had been a police officer, and he had confided in one of his colleagues, and she thought he was acting strangely. And so somehow it got back to Delta Green. The details are a little light. They don't give you a ton. They think it might not be anything at all. You arrive in Boston on the 28th of June, 2015. So 4 days later, you arrive and you check into a place called the Boxer Hotel with the team. And you trail Barbas eventually to the Gateway Bridges restaurant. And you break into his vehicle. You come across a couple files with the team and confiscate those to further investigate Barbas, thinking something's amok. It's probably not your first rodeo with Delta Green. On the 30th of June, 2 days later, something strange occurs. And that you guys notice that this file bleeds text onto different things. You can't really understand it at all. It bleeds text into other text. The one occurrence would have been where there was a lamp on a nightstand in the hotel room that you were staying. And with the file next to that lamp, say the lamp's got an on-off switch. It says on-off. It's got a USB port. It says USB. But it's that text has been replaced with text from the file. That is literally, it seems to have bled into the same positions and in the same font and typeset.
Not strange at all.
Not strange at all. Obviously,
totally normal.
Yeah. You further investigate, and you're kind of tracing down these leads with Barbas and this file. And on the 5th of July, the team photographs an agent. So you report back to Delta Green and your handler that you've come across a particular individual that has left the residence of Barbas, the Barbas residence. And what you find out is that agent is a former agent of Delta Green by the name of Agent Mosby. According to Delta Green records, Agent Mosby's been missing for 64 years. And he doesn't look a day older.
Also not strange at all.
No. So as you investigate this and realize that Jerry has book signings within the same area that you are actually located, you've mentioned that you've never actually, Jerry's never actually met Agent Viper, aka Billy High Five. You've probably surveilled him and he's probably not noticed you. Jerry's maybe a little aloof and not down on the big human and human surveillance.
Yeah, I've sat at a diner table right next to him.
Right. Yeah.
Even struck up like a little neighborly conversation, and he has no idea who I am.
Right. But given some of the circumstances and some of the books that Jerry's written, and your current Operation Mercy, there happens to be some coincidences that just don't seem to jam very well. Barbas has been seen going to the Dorchester house, and you're not quite. You're talking to one of the team members. Might have been you, or even with Vega or Venus. And Vega is male, Venus is female for just for general purposes. And it would have been all three of you. Maybe you asked the host at the Gateway Bridges restaurant where Barbas was seen at one point, what the nature was. And the host mentioned that he was scheduling a birthday party and wanting to reserve a room at the restaurant. Now, I don't know specifically if Jerry would have mentioned that he was going to meet anyone at the Gateway Bridges restaurant.
I picture it as Jerry was my soft op, because I've just been doing it for such a long time, and it's just kind of there, and I'm keeping an eye. And then
babysitting duty.
Yeah, Mercy was an official op, because I could babysit him and go on ops at the same time. It was just email and phone calls. So, and it's very strange that they melded together.
Yeah. So since then, you have been kind of sidetracked by kind of Jerry, and there was an incident at the Boxer Hotel, and something you had never seen before, where a window of some kind appeared in the middle of a hotel room. It was a silvery substance that pooled on one of the walls. And as you stared at it, it came out off of the wall as almost like a solid liquid mercury type of substance, and formed a window within that room. And it eventually ended up disappearing and then reappearing a couple nights later. And with
did I see this, or was this something that was reported?
No, you saw this. The whole team did. But a couple nights later, as Agent Vega was sleeping, it rematerialized, and Agent Venus stepped through that window. And when she came out, she was in a frantic state of mind, talking about masks, people wearing masks, taking off the masks, her eyes wide, staring, and something went very, very awry. And
how long was the time of her entry and exit, if we know?
5 minutes.
Okay.
Or so it seemed. And when she came out, Agent Vega at this point had woken up, and there was chaos that ensued. Arguments, irrationality, things not making sense, not adding up, this thing in the room. Agent Venus in a complete panic to the point of just obnoxiousness. And a shot is fired, and Agent Venus lies dead on the floor. Agent Vega takes Agent Venus back into the window.
Okay.
They both disappear. So,
and this was back in early July.
Yeah, 6th of July.
So I assume I report that immediately to our handler. And what are my instructions?
So at that point, I guess the question is too, they tell you to hold up in Boston until further instructions, and they can determine what's going on. Of course, they ask you a bunch of details. Does a window still exist? What's going on? They want to take as much information in as possible. Okay.
So
I
obviously, make sure there's no evidence of anything in any of these rooms, or, there was blood on the carpet. Sure, I got a guy I can call, take care of it.
Well, there's a concern as well about any files and investigation, any details that you've uncovered during the investigation that Delta Green would want to obtain.
So I still have the strange file then.
Yeah. They've probably, that was early July, first week of July. It's now September. In between then and now, I would imagine you're keeping pretty low. Keep a track of Jerry. But also, the file's got some weird stuff in it. It's got a snippet, a chapter of a play, it seems like, that's written in there. But you still have it, and it seems as though any efforts like for Delta Green to contact you haven't really been made. Until recently. So your handler gives you a call and tells you that Agent Mignon could be compromised, but they weren't sure, and they want that there's another operation going on, and to determine the status of that operation. What have they been up to? What evidence have they uncovered? How far along has the investigation progressed?
Do they mention that before he comes to Boston, or is that after everything goes sideways?
That's after everything goes sideways.
Okay, after the invitation and everything. Okay.
Yeah. That's after you report the window and what's going on. Okay. So it's probably at that point, middle of July, end of July. Or actually, it would only make sense for it to be in September or August.
So I'm assuming that they mention Mignon. Do they mention Mantillo or Maya? Or I figure that out tailing Mignon, and then I run a check on the two of them, and they report them as agents.
They probably mention the team, but they know that you've been assigned to surveillance Agent Mignon due to some of the details that he had from prior operation.
Okay.
So you know that there are 2 agents with them.
Okay.
If you did your own homework, you could probably determine maybe who they are.
All right. Well, there was days of them going back and forth and doing things, so
Right.
I definitely know where they both live, especially if I was trailing Jerry and gone to Agent Maya's house and everything.
Right.
And then after the craziness that happens at Dorchester House, it's going to be easier for me to just go to Maya's house and not follow a motorcycle with no headlight.
Right.
For a little
I could
while.
hear it, but I don't even need to follow the Tahoe. I just go to Maya's and figure eventually she'll turn up.
Somebody's going to get shot.
So, Agent Maya, you have your plan. You're going to go back to your house, and you see Mr. Polnicek walking the dog. And your goal is to get in there and get out of there pretty quick without being noticed. You're going to grab your gun, hoof it out on foot, get what you need out of your apartment. And as you walk in to your apartment, you know that there's something not right. That somebody
The smell of bacon.
smell the bacon. Somebody might be cooking bacon in your apartment.
You can't miss it.
Now, we said prior when Maya fled the apartment that it didn't lock automatically. So we could is the door unlocked to our apartment?
It's absolutely unlocked.
Is it open? Like cracked open? Or is it
No, it's unlocked.
Okay. So Maya, you noticed that the door to your apartment is unlocked.
So she just getting there now?
I'll say yeah.
Yeah, we're retconning.
Yeah, I gotta back it up a little bit.
Yep, no problem. So not only so it's not ajar, but it is unlocked.
Correct.
And she left it. She wouldn't have left it unlocked.
No,
it's you clearly know that it was not unlocked.
And you're cooking. Are you literally cooking bacon in there?
I'm literally cooking bacon.
You hear something inside. Like
I'm cooking bacon.
It's not quiet.
I'm making BLTs.
Light on.
She stops at her door.
All lights are on. There's music playing. Your radio is playing.
So that gives Maya pause at the door. She's now no longer armed, right? Because she threw the gun away.
Which is one of the reasons why I'm going so far to do all this stuff. I know she doesn't have a gun
bag with a shotgun in it.
Yes,
You should know that. Okay.
Details.
I'm using her apron.
So she's like music. There's a light under the door.
Yeah,
so she doesn't even get her. She has her key out, but she doesn't even get it in the lock. She's already like, what the fuck's going? So go bag comes down, 12 gauge comes out. She turns the handle and like quick entry into the room, like who the fuck's in here kind of thing. What does she see?
I'm hoping you don't see the kitchen from where you're at, but you hear someone say, "Oh, good, Maya, you're home."
So
took you long enough.
If we're watching a film, the camera's on you, and then into that picture walks a woman with her 12 gauge leveled at you. She says, "Who the fuck are you?
And you
what are you
come
doing
around
in
the
my
corner,
apartment?"
and there's a frying pan with bacon and a spatula, bread out, but 2 plates to make 2 sandwiches with a freshly cut tomato and some lettuce, and just I'm there.
Shotgun lowers a little, and she says, "Who are you? Tell me who you are. What you're doing here."
You can probably guess.
Let's not play any guessing games. I'm not in that mood tonight. The shotgun gets racked.
So
Right now. Give me some ID.
I finished making the sandwich. You like mayo in yours or no?
Maya comes closer and puts the shotgun against his chest. Like, show me your fucking identification right now.
I'm smiling ear to ear, and I'm like, I put it down. I move your apron over.
That's her mother's apron. Gave her to her when she was
again.
a
I
kid.
go in. You don't see any like bulges or anything. You know, like looking for. You don't see like a gun holster. Reaches in, and there is a card that says Navy Intelligence Middle East.
You don't give him the Billy High Five card?
No.
So it's a Naval Intelligence ID?
It is. It is.
It's legit, or at first glance.
Yeah.
The shotgun comes down a little, and she goes, "Are you with the program?"
How else would I know? Why would I call you Maya?
Lowers the gun, walks to her front door, pulls the go bag in, closes and locks the front door, and says, "What are you doing here? Are you from the meet tonight at 11? Are you here early? I can't be here very long."
I grabbed the sandwich. You like triangles or cut in half? So he cuts his into a triangle and just grabs it and just starts eating it.
He comes over and she grabs one of the triangles, takes that, and just says, "We don't have time for the whole sandwich." She takes a bite. He's like, "Some really bad shit just went down.
I know.
We can't be here.
I saw it.
Authorities are going to..." Where was it? He's testing him, clearly.
All I got to say is M-Cell needs to get their shit together. This isn't how this stuff's supposed to go down.
So you don't know where we were tonight, then?
I know exactly where you were.
You're not telling me.
Let's just say shooting cops is probably a bad idea. And then I reach over and the clicker's right there, and I turn the TV on to the news. And it's blaring on the news.
Breaking news, Sylvia Johnson, ABC 7. I'm on the scene at Dorchester House, located in the Dorchester neighborhood.
And then I shut it off. Like I said, M-Cell's a little bit of a shit show.
M-Cell got into something that I don't think the rest of the program understands. I think there's things going on here that we don't even begin to fathom.
I agree with you too.
Into her bedroom, and she starts changing, as I described she would earlier, changing her clothes, and she's like, "We can't." She's calling back. "We can't be here long. Clean up your mess in the kitchen. We got to get out of here."
All right, I clearly finished my sandwich, not in a rush. And then I said, "I'll be in the car across the street," and I just nonchalantly walk. I turn the radio up higher. And then I walk out to the car.
So Maya's going to undo all that, turn the radio off, turn the TV off, leave her phone, probably takes the time to put like saran wrap over the other sandwich and puts it in the fridge for later. Just habit. Can't leave the sandwich out on the counter. Gets her gun as I described, and she's going to look out the front. I'm picturing her having a front window that overlooks the street.
Yep.
She's looking down, like, is he in the car? She can see him down there.
Oh yeah, I'm just leaning on the side, and I'm literally looking up at the window. I knew you were going to look out the window. I'm just standing there looking up at the window, and I just put my hands out like.
And you could see Mr. Polnicek, down the street.
Draws the curtains, and inside her apartment, she's got like a vein throbbing. She's just like, like this is the last thing she needed was this. She thought she had a plan, right? Suddenly, Lou.
You're welcome.
No, this guy. This guy. Who is this guy?
Yes. Yes, indeed. Maybe Edwin and Lou, you can remind me. Did we have any files, photographs, documentation? We had like a dossier that was given to us by
We
Exeter,
had
right?
a file. Yeah, that had the Dorchester house and the picture of the original dude.
So
Dallin,
Sean,
and all that stuff.
I think the drop tonight is supposed to involve like everything we've discovered so far. So Maya is going to grab. It won't be her full go bag, but she's going to grab like a little backpack. Put the file in. Her jaw clenches. She grabs her gun and is out the door and is avoiding the elevator and going down the stairs like 2 at a time.
All right.
She comes out of her apartment onto the street. Does a little left right to see if there are any anybody authorities trying to make her or anything. She comes right up to the window and she raps on the window hard, like bam 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 on the window.
Yes.
He points her finger right in his face, says, "Don't do that. We're trying to stay quiet tonight."
Don't do
You
what?
understand?
This? And I reach over and I have a 24-ounce latte for her. Get in. I'm driving.
She takes the latte. She looks at it. She just flings it on the street.
Oh.
She's like, "You need to listen to me. We're not fucking around tonight. I don't know who you are and why you're here. You're going to drive?
Get in the car.
Where are you going?"
I just put the window up.
I'm sorry, Sean, but she starts walking in a different direction. She's heading for Carson Beach, trying to put lots of distance between her and the asshole. I roll down the window
and I see her neighbor, and I yell out, and I'm like, "Man, she's a handful."
Guy's looking around.
Hey, you promised me dinner. I don't take no for an answer.
Come on, Bubbles. Let's go, Bubbles.
Oh, it's such a cute dog.
All right, Maya, you're starting to truck to Carson Beach.
Yep.
Okay. Agent Viper, what are you doing in your car making obnoxious sounds in the neighborhood?
He's like, "Nope."
She's walking down the sidewalk.
Yep.
I literally am keeping pace with her, and there's traffic piling up behind me as I'm keeping on the sidewalk. I'm like, "Agent Maya, where would you like to go?"
She's shaking her head, and you can just, as the window's down, I can picture the passenger window down, and you're talking through that, right?
Yes.
She's walking down the other side of the street.
Totally.
So and she's like,
we're talking,
and you're just getting like, "Nope, don't do it. Leave me alone. Nope, not happening." And finally, when you have cars behind you, she turns and heads in between two buildings to the alley, like behind them. Like, I'm picturing she's going to have to like hop some fences. She's leaving this guy behind.
I put the window up and I mumble to myself, "M sells a bunch of animals." That's it.
And then you get a new character.
I already got another one here. All right.
Gotta keep coming.
Mr. Polincheck.
the beach bum down at Carson Beach.
That's right.
This evening, Lou will be playing The Cast.
On any other day, Lou, she's too freaked out tonight to get in the car with a stranger.
It's fine. I'm not phased at all.
Hey, good. Sean, on the other hand, it's like,
dudes. Okay. All
Sean,
right.
we set it up. It was ready to go. You know who to blame. All right. That's it. That's all I'm saying.
Definitely blame Agent Viper.
No way. No way. He sounds like he belongs in Top Gun, but still.
It's Iceman making breakfast in the kitchen.
There is an Agent Viper in Top Gun, by the way. Yeah. Michael Ironside, I think, played him.
So it's all good. I'm good at my craft. I will get there.
Yeah,
Don't worry about me.
You can track her.
I'm good.
All right, Carson Beach.
All right.
Maya, you show up a little bit late. Not too late, though. Maybe 5-10 minutes.
Okay.
Mantillo, you're there. Say on time. Kind of wondering what's going on.
Yep.
And you see Maya walking up.
Yeah.
Hustling.
Yeah.
She's late.
Yeah.
I will back check Maya as she comes in, see if there's anyone with her before I join her.
Okay. Viper, what are you doing? Have you broken off? And
I know exactly what I'm doing. I knew what I was doing 20 minutes ago when he told me about Carson Beach. Let them talk, and then I will come in.
And then he'll make up some bullshit.
I'm just trying to determine whether Mantillo would notice you tailing Maya or not.
I'm not.
Okay. Then
I figured out where she was going to go.
Then it's a moot point. Okay. So
she
seems to be alone.
I followed for a while, but then once I figured out where she was going, I was like, all right, I'll get there first.
All right. Maya Mantillo show.
Mantillo, you can tell that Maya's been maybe not sprinting, but she's been on the move. Her her cheeks are flushed. She's got a little out of breath, and she's just like, tonight, oh man, there's more that happened after we left, but are you all right?
Yes.
So I think as we are talking, no.
There's no sign of Mantillo's bike.
I showed up on foot. That's fine.
Yeah, it doesn't even phase her
anywhere.
I'm thinking, Sean, this is like a long trail footpath around the harbor kind of thing. So we're walking as we talk. The idea is to stay in a public place with lots of lines of sight, all that sort of stuff. And she's like, Mantillo, I've been thinking.
Yeah.
And she doesn't even raise but they just lost Jerry, right?
Right.
Or the cop that got probably killed. She's just like, what if everything has been different since we went into that fucking building in New York? What if
since New York?
Yes.
But
since we first encountered this shit.
Oh, I mean, yes, but so there's two Dorchesters and they're both after New York. But you think everything's just messed. Reality's broken.
Know.
I mean,
how would we have known if things weren't really off?
Here's what bothers me. I mean, there's a lot that's bothering me. If those were fake cops and that was the fake Dorchester, then this is the fake Boston. And we're still inside that house. This is just another room in that house.
So while you guys are talking, there are 8 baseball fields at Carson Beach.
There are
8.
Yep.
Fully lit up, everything. And there are people, there's a game going on, and a field near you is a dude with the automatic pitcher by himself hitting balls out into the outfield. So as you guys are talking, you hear crack and another ball. You hear crack and another ball. And then one lands near you, foul ball. The guy comes jogging by and says, "Hey, can you chuck that ball over here?"
How do you know we go anywhere near the base? Oh, no, I'm just kidding.
There's
we
8 of
north,
them. It's
south.
really, really hard to not be by one at this beach.
So Mantillo, I think will pick up the baseball and drill it at at the guy. I mean, it's a ways. We're on the other side of the fence.
Yeah,
so
definitely. Yeah,
this
he's
is
got
a
the
foul.
bat in his hand.
There's a fence between us.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
Of course.
This is a long throw, I assume.
Yeah.
So he's gonna. I mean, because you were at the base and you hit it.
Yeah, and I jogged over after foul ball.
Yeah, but you're a lot slower than a ball.
Yes.
Yeah, so
you're hitting me.
Anyway, she'll throw the ball back
running.
at you.
Okay.
Yeah, she'll throw the ball back at you.
And you hear,
Viper
ooh,
under the
that
lights.
was a good one, Mantillo.
And are you recognizable as the same guy from my
When I
apartment?
say Mantillo, if you weren't looking, you look now and you're like, it's that dude.
So as he's picking up the ball, Mantillo, Maya says, he's the other thing I got to tell you about.
I have the bat on my shoulder, smiling ear to ear, and I'm walking towards the two of them.
I think he's with the program, but he is an ass, and he's like so not subtle. He seems to know who I am and who knows who you are. So maybe I don't know. So as
we were too.
I don't know. So as Viper's approaching, Maya has this like urge, Mantillo, to like finish what was going to be an in-depth conversation, right?
Yeah.
And she's like, what if the city is the same, but it's us? What if we're fucked up in here from that first building? But what she's indicating is those were real cops, right? But we're what?
Well, that's what I was getting towards too.
Mantillo, you still got your phone?
Yes.
Phone rings.
Yeah. I look down at it.
It's your brother. And you see he's texted you 10 times 911.
Texted me 911?
Yep.
How far away is this ass with the baseball bat?
It doesn't take long to walk to where you guys are.
So you're like what, climbing over the fence?
Well, I'm sure there's
probably
and I'm making my way there with the bat on my shoulder. Yeah.
So how far away is this ass? That's what I'm asking. Is he here?
How
He's at
far
least
do you
across
want?
the street.
How far do you want me to be away? Just pick a
I don't
spot.
care. It's just a question of whether I answer the phone or not.
I'm out of earshot if you just talk silently.
That's always true.
Talk silently.
He was picking up what I was putting down.
I have no idea what it means that he has texted me 911, and I have no idea why I didn't notice the text coming in before. But I will answer the phone. Yeah, I will pick up I will hit respond, and I will say, see.
He's like, what the hell, Samantha? What the hell's going on?
No sé nada.
They're talking to. What? So he starts talking Spanish, like I don't know if he thinks you're. It's a mix. He's like swearing.
Right. Yeah,
it's always. I think
it's always a mix. It's always a mix.
Yeah,
it's always a mix. Yeah. I have no idea. I have no idea.
He's like, Jesus, they got your picture on the freaking news. They said you were at a shooting this evening. What the hell? You had me go out to your freaking. Did you get a motorcycle? What the hell is going on?
I gotta go, and I'll hang up.
And then
there's this ass walking up to me.
He starts. The phone rings again. Starts ringing.
Definitely approach the two of them.
Reject, cancel, whatever the appropriate thing is. Silence.
Keeps doing it.
Yep. I don't even notice now because I've shut it off.
Okay.
I notice sweat stains on Maya from all the jogging or the walking to get here. I'm like, I offered you a ride.
Who are you?
I would be someone that's pretty important.
You didn't answer me. Who are you? Oh. I'm going up, and I got my hands on your collar because Maya told me already that there's this ass that's been chasing her.
He was in my apartment earlier.
Let's just say
Name?
I'm Agent.
Name?
Viper.
Viper. Good. You're learning. Excellent. And what are you doing here?
Same thing you guys are doing here.
No, I'm trying to talk to Maya without
No, you're right.
What are you doing here?
It's not the same thing. I'm actually doing my job well, and you guys are flubbing everything up.
All right. What's your job? Actually, no. What's our job?
Apparently, you were investigating something I was supposed to be investigating, and nobody knows why.
Okay.
Can you be specific? Maya butts in. Can you be specific about anything?
Yes.
You followed me here.
Yeah. The Dorchester house. I've been dealing with that for the past 3 months.
So what's happening?
And then you guys come out of nowhere with Jerry of all people. What was that about?
Good question.
Maya says Jerry's gone.
Yeah, I know. He was my charge, and now I have to deal
You
with
lost him, and you're saying we flubbed something?
He was with you guys.
What's your point?
And every time Mantillo talks to me, I look at Maya like, what's her deal? We're all on the same team, sorta.
Apparently not.
What is your plan for an op that you guys are not on?
You know, that's really good news.
Maya says there's a plan. 11 o'clock. Do you know what's supposed to happen at 11 o'clock tonight?
Jam, do I know what's supposed to happen at 11 o'clock tonight? I don't think so, right? Do I?
No, I don't think so,
no,
actually.
I don't know. Is there like...
She shrugs. She says, well, then maybe you aren't what you say.
So I already know that the program let me know that something strange happened with you guys. And they're telling me, does India Moon ring a bell? The op that doesn't exist? That apparently you guys are on? I'm here to find out if you're rogue, if you're working for somebody else. There's a lot going on here that nobody knows.
So, what's your connection with Exeter?
I have no idea what you're talking about. Other than you guys called in days ago asking about an Agent Exeter that doesn't exist with an India Moon op that also doesn't exist.
Good. Okay.
Maya's looking out at the dark water, and she's like, fuck.
So again, everything I'm dropping...
Maybe the 11 o'clock isn't real, is what she's thinking in her head.
Which reminds you realize that the mall is like an hour away.
Right. This is out of character. The 11 o'clock is with the person with whom that told you that Exeter wasn't real and India Moon wasn't real.
Right.
Right?
Yeah, that was my...
So it seems like there are two, like your handler, who may or may not be real, but there are at least now two people who think India Moon is not real, and both of them are claiming to work for Delta Green.
Maya, yeah. You could switch that to in character pretty quickly, and Maya would say that she's thinking about that. She's like, yes.
Yeah, no, I just didn't want to have it in front of this guy. That's why it's out of character. And I just wanted to make sure I was on track there.
But hopefully you internalize everything I'm saying, going, yeah, it does look kind of weird from Delta Green's side, what you guys are doing.
Well, no, it doesn't, because Delta Green told us to look into India Moon. That's why, in my mind, it doesn't look weird at all, because Delta Green told us to look into it.
On our side, it's like, what are you guys doing?
But I don't... But
because I've been on this op for a long time.
From your side, yeah, from your side. But you obviously are not talking to the people who matter.
Sean, Maya's going to lift her watch or two and say, we have places to be. And on that note,
Maya, I still have a car, Maya.
Goodbye. Okay.
Can we take a quick bio break and then come back?
Yeah, of course.
Resolve the scene and then do the thing?
Yes. We'll take a break.
Yeah. So I have let go of Viper's collar. And I'm looking at Maya, who is looking at their watch.
Maya's like, we got a place to be.
All right.
I don't know if this guy's the real deal. What does
it matter anymore?
Yeah.
I start walking
towards your car.
My navy blue Dodge Durango, brand new, 2015. It's nice. Tinted windows.
How do we want to get there?
Package.
I'm here on by taxi.
I don't. My car's back at my apartment. I think if we use either anything that's registered to us, we're going to get picked up right away. Did you see the news?
Yeah. Yeah. I saw
Yeah.
it
So
at the bar.
we need to lie low. I don't know if going to this 11 o'clock meet is smart or not. I don't know if being with Viper is smart or not. But what the fuck? What choice do we have? Let's go with him to the meet, and we'll see.
All right. I'll sit in back.
Yeah, please do. So we're heading for the Durango, and just quietly, Mantillo, Maya's back on the whole, like, think about it. Think about the phone and the thing that was in the phone. That wasn't real. Think about the baby kid in the bag. The fuck was that? And the hospital staff didn't even act strangely when they discovered that she's just like, she's still back on this like head fuckery thing.
Yeah, no, I'm with you. I'm with you. And that's, yeah, we have no idea. Could be us. It could be the world.
I don't know.
Okay.
She gets in the front seat, looks at Viper.
I get in behind Viper.
You have to push over. There's a couple of boxes there.
Okay.
And then not only there are a couple of boxes, but like the back in the trunk is like full up to the window of more boxes. They are filled with paperbacks of "Don't Go Up the Stairs" by Jerry Gladstone.
You know what? I don't push it over.
I
don't push it over. I look at it. I'm about to push it over. I see what it is, and I take it out of the truck
and I just leave it on the curb.
Just leave it on the curb. And I get in.
All right.
Maya tells Viper what the address of the mall is.
All right. Thank you.
How late is it, Sean? Is there any chance we could swing by one of these electronic shops that I talked about earlier and get burner phones, or is it too late for that?
You could, but you'll be late. So if you want to be closer to on time, you're a little late. You're going to be a little late anyway.
I'm pretty sure with a luck roll, Viper's got one in his glove compartment for you.
You won't consider anything Viper gives her a burner phone right now there, Lou.
It's already burned.
Yeah. She's just she'll suck it up. She's the only person, she doesn't have a phone at all right now. She left hers.
Can I offer a phone that's in my glove compartment?
Sure.
Okay. So I'm like over in a glove compartment.
So I tell you what, Lou, when we drive past one of these shops, Maya's like, "Can we stop?" And she looks at her watch. She's like, "No, fuck it, keep going. I need to get a phone at some point." But she tells you that.
Yeah, and then I say, in the glove compartment.
What else is in there? What else horrible is in there, Lou?
A Beretta 1951, immaculate, beautiful,
an old one.
Yeah, beautiful. Well, they used them till like 1980, but
yeah,
it's immaculate. Made like a million of them. And there's more than one phone in there, and there's like a stack of those prepaid cards.
Okay, so she'll set a phone up while we're driving.
All right. And so we have
she'll
an
grudgingly
hour.
say thanks.
Yes. So we have an hour. And
well, you got to get there. It's the appointment's at 11. I don't know if you know this, Viper, but the rendezvous is at 11, and you guys are over 56 minutes away according to Google Maps.
Okay.
And it's probably about 10:30.
I did say my Durango has a sport package, right?
I mean,
it's got the Hemi.
Yeah.
It's got the.
I mean, how crazy do you want to drive to get there?
I'm not dumb.
Just let me know. I'm just curious.
No.
Oh,
we're gonna get there. I'm not going the speed limit, but I'm
fair.
I'm not weaving in and out of traffic.
Okay.
I'm not,
Not John Wick style, like getting there on time.
No,
okay.
No. So on the way there, the stuff that I'm going to impart. I mean, I don't think we have to play out 6 minutes of talking.
Right.
Thank God.
Please God.
So
and go.
I will go into the. I've been on this op since June. My op was with the hotel. I've been to Dorchester House, but I do drop the name of Officer
Barbas.
Barbas. I'm assuming they don't know, or they do know. No. So I realized I get no reaction. There's a Barbas following this guy. That's the only way I linked it up with the Dorchester House. Back and forth. I'm assuming they might ask me, well, where's the rest of my team? Because they're not with me. And I keep talking about my team and my op. And then I kind of tell them what happened. Do you guys have any questions for me that I should elaborate on?
Do you tell them about the guy following Barbas to the Gateway Bridges restaurant to set up a birthday party?
Yeah, why not?
Okay.
So if you do that,
I figure that whole op is,
Maya and Mantillo share a look from the front seat to the back seat, and Maya's like, that's Exeter.
Yeah. The only thing I'm hesitant about is exactly what happened to my team. That's the only thing I'm a little hesitant about.
Right, because you're the one who hasn't fucked up. We're the ones who fucked up.
Yeah.
I think that's Maya's thing when you're like, Mantillo's thing when you're like not talking about what happened to your team.
Yeah. Yeah. Even though I'm not the one on all the news stations and shooting officers, but still, that's fine. We'll agree to disagree.
Nope. I think we'll just disagree. But so wait,
you'll disagree to not.
You set up the birthday party?
No, the guy.
You followed somebody to the birthday party.
Yeah,
this Barbas
our op. We had some reports that this gentleman was doing some strange things, or little things were weird. I don't know all of the intel that was before me.
What'd you take from him?
We intercepted a file that was doing interesting things, and it was at the bottom of the box with all those books. Oh wait,
you know about Exeter. You know about Exeter?
I don't. All I know is that you guys called in.
But you know the name. You know
Maya.
the name.
Yes, only because Maya called in and mentioned that name. Yes, India Moon and Exeter.
That's Exeter. That's your man.
Maya says, I did call that into my handler.
Yeah. That's
the only slowly starting to believe you might be legit.
Exeter was the man at the birthday party.
Yeah. The handler that when I talked to my contact, they didn't know who he was.
Yeah.
They must
So you're saying that
so that's a clue for you there.
So this guy Exeter is actually my Barkus, is what you're saying.
Yes. Barbas.
That's what I'm telling you.
Barbas, whatever his name is.
Yeah.
And when this comes out, Maya's like, we're probably 15 minutes away or something, Sean?
Sure.
Maya's like, we're probably going to a meet right now that's not with Delta Green. You don't know about it?
No, but Viper heard about Exeter and you talked to your handler, which means your handler talked to his handler, which means they're in the same place.
That's what I mean. And he doesn't know about the meet. He doesn't know about the meet.
But he heard about Exeter. He heard half the news. No, I'm with you. It's all fake. It's all messed up.
So Maya wants to make sure Viper knows. She's like, I got a call today to drop everything we know about our case. About India. What is it, guys? India Moon?
India Moon.
Yeah.
About India Moon. We're supposed to bring it tonight, which is like 24 hours earlier than we originally set it up. So I don't know who made that call.
Me either. But sounds like our ops are now one op. So you're missing a guy. I'm missing two people.
I'm not
Kinda
missing
sounds
too
like
much.
That does not make Maya feel better either, because now she's like doing math in her head. She's like, we're missing 3 guys from when we were first in New York. She looks at Mantillo. She's like, there's 2 of us left.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, There's one of us left, so I guess.
All right. Well,
We do
good job there,
percentages.
Viper.
Maybe the last 10 minutes of the ride, Lou, is quiet. So we're all like,
Everybody thinking.
yes.
Yeah.
I definitely Detroit Rock City comes on the radio, and I turn it up. Because who doesn't?
I got the RT package on this Durango. Hit it. To the mall.
All right. So the Trivellino Mall is in Uxbridge, which is about 50 kilometers southwest of Boston. Details on the mall reveals 20-store, 2-level mall surrounded by marshland just off State Highway Mass 146. Some of the stores that you may find in such a mall would include Sears, Toys R Us, Radio Shack, and more.
Wow, way in the past.
Radio Shack in 2015?
Yeah,
Toys R
that's
Us?
a questionable one. Might
Toys
be
R Us?
right on the fringe of bankruptcy.
Yeah.
They're having a sale on burner phones.
Yeah. Everything must go. Buy the shelves. Get them out of here. I don't know when they went bankrupt.
Hey.
Got to be close. You also find that it was suddenly closed in 2014, but you're not sure why.
So this mall is a non-operating mall.
That would be correct, sir.
So, where did your contact say we had to meet?
They weren't explicit, were they, Sean?
They were not.
So we drive around the parking lot.
So
Unless there's
before,
a parking
so I'm
garage.
gonna,
Before we get, hold on.
yeah.
Hold up there, Buck.
So I
would like to
imagine
hop out
as
of
you're
the-
getting closer, you guys are probably like, okay, what's the plan?
Yeah.
And I was like, I will hop out of I would like to get out of the car before we get into the parking area if we're going to go looking for random people and maybe get surrounded by cops and who knows what's going on.
Yeah, but nobody knows this vehicle.
I don't know you.
Okay.
I would like to get out of the car. Are you going to stop the car for me?
Of course, I'm going to stop the car.
Thank you.
Go climb a tree or something.
I will get out of the car and I will go climb a tree or something.
So are you getting out like even before we're in the parking lot?
I'm assuming I like figure we're turning into the parking lot and that you're
Okay.
about to go circle the parking lot and look for some stranger.
So when Mantillo gets out, before we pull away, Viper, Maya's like, hold on, puts her window down. She leans out so that Viper can't hear her, but Mantillo can. Just she's half out of the window, and she's like, I know he's an asshole, but I think he's on the up and up.
Cool.
I think keep an eye on keep an eye on him.
And I say back to Maya, I say, yeah, so they're expecting 2 people. You're 2 people. I'll keep watch.
Thumbs up. She's back in the car.
Okay.
Let's go, Viper.
Great. We don't know where, but I'm going. I go to the
Oh,
mall.
dude, there might be headlights, or she's like, look for headlights. Look for
Yeah, an abandoned mall is like 5
Yeah, we
cars.
cruise. Well, it's not anymore, right?
Shouldn't be any.
Or it is.
There shouldn't
It
be
is
any
closed.
cars.
Okay.
It's fully closed.
I'm sure there's some blockades or whatever closing off, or you see kids have moved it. There's donut tracks in the parking lot.
Is there?
and all
Yeah,
that stuff.
Sean. Is there like graffiti and have the windows been broken, or is it in better shape than that?
Well, let me tell you. It's unlit from a distance. There's no lighting going on. There's no parking lights, parking lot lights or anything like that, which is still a little unusual. Sometimes those old abandoned malls still have the lights light up. There's a sign for the mall that still stands up, 3 stories tall, topped by a large billboard. It reads Trivellino Mall, next to the black and white image of a wide-eyed, old-looking mask. And then the store signs beneath it have long since been removed. There is, let's see. There appears to be like a utility room behind the billboard, so it's got power to it. It's pretty big. Let's see. There is a gate to Columbina Street, which is an access road that runs parallel to the turnpike. And that you could probably go through that way if you want to drive your vehicle. The gate is shut but not locked. And there doesn't seem to be any electricity to the place. It doesn't look like there's no power out there that you can see.
I would be happy to jog up there and open the gate if I notice this and let them in.
Is this a chain link fence gate that slides left and right?
It's probably more like a bar swing gate that's probably got two cement pillars on the ends, and then it's just a bar going across.
Okay.
Maybe with some hanging down that just creates a bit of an obstacle for individuals.
But again, it's not locked, which is kind of strange to go through.
I'll open it up.
Lock it.
The mall, going back to your original question, Harrigan, remains surprisingly untouched by graffiti and other types of vandalism.
Is when I get to the fence or the gate to open it up, is there an unlocked padlock and chain, like somebody has unlocked this and opened it recently, or is there no security at all around it?
It doesn't seem for the gate?
Yeah, for the gate.
It seems I don't know. Maybe there's probably not a padlock. So
it's not. I mean, what I'm obviously wondering is, did somebody get here 20 minutes ago and unlock it and leave it unlocked, or is it just not locked?
There's no padlock there. It's literally just a closed gate at this point.
Okay, I will just open it.
Is there a parking lot around the mall, or is there a parking garage?
So do I. Let's get them all answered right now.
Yes, right.
Everybody, all at once. Let's go.
So you sketch a picture of the mall. And
there is a fence that goes around most of the grounds that kind of most of the grounds is marshlands. So much of the fencing is around a little bit up from the marshlands.
And that's chain link?
It would be chain link, yeah, in that case.
What's the weather?
That's a good question. I haven't done a weather check. Thanks.
Matters.
It may matter, yeah. I figured it was a cool, overcast evening.
Is there any moisture? Any fog?
Maybe dew. Maybe some dew coming in. Depending.
I'm wondering if there are tire tracks going that we can tell someone has driven in through here in the wet, through the puddles, whatever.
Maya, who's the big law person? Just Maya, I think.
Maya's got lots of law.
I know.
50 law.
Yeah. Probably procedure. This is my guess. So, being a U.S. Marshal, you probably would, using the road approach would be quite obvious. So if you want to be known as approaching the building, then via the road is probably going to be pretty obvious.
As opposed to approaching what other way?
On foot, maybe.
Oh. Yeah. I mean, you're talking if you have headlights and that kind of thing at night. It'll be... Anyone at the mall will know we're coming, type of thing.
That is true.
I'm trying to understand what you're telling me.
Right, because your question was, have other people come to the mall ahead of
Correct.
us?
Yeah.
Correct.
There's no signs.
You
can't. Let me see. Hold on a second. Let me double check.
Yeah, same line of thinking you were going down, Edwin, with the padlock. but
Right.
with
Right.
wet tire tracks. This red mud only occurs in one place in the county.
That's right.
There doesn't seem to be any tracks that you notice.
Okay.
So I think I'm opening the gate and then sort of jogging in. I'm basically want to keep some distance from the car, but
So we're going
Go
to cut the lights, right? And then I'm
with
just
the
going to
car.
pull off once we're inside the gate.
You're
Is
driving.
Is that the plan? Well, I'm got a jogging Mantillo next to us, so I don't know what the plan is.
You're the know-it-all.
No,
I think we're too
I do
rattled
know
to
that.
have a really good plan.
Yeah, I say you guys have a scheduled meeting. So
Right. And
I
we're
would say
we're late,
why-
right, Sean?
Yeah, why wouldn't we drive?
Yeah, I would
up?
say
Yeah.
you're probably 10 minutes late at least.
Yeah.
Maya nods. She says, "I agree. There's no."
Yeah, all
I'll
right.
hide.
So we're driving up, and that's it. So I don't know where we're parking. If
So
it's just
Viper,
in the
you're
lot,
driving, and Mantillo, you're jogging along.
it's just weird. But I'm
Sean,
going fast enough that makes it uncomfortable for her trying to jog at an even pace with the
That's great.
vehicle.
But I can cut corners and stuff. That's
Oh,
fine.
you can, and I love every corner that you're cutting. I giggle to myself.
You can't even see me. It's dark. I have gotten lost.
Every time
in
I hit the
shadows.
brake lights, your face shines red. in
No,
the brake
I'm
lights.
I'm way far
Oh
away.
yeah, I'm sure you are. Make an athletics check.
No, I'm not next to the car.
oh man, this is like high school playing. You're not there. You're not even there.
I'm not next to the car. Anyway, I shoot his taillights out so that I'm not. So my face doesn't. I'm just kidding.
I break Jack Mantillo so she hits the back.
I do have a question.
While I'm jogging alongside the car, I loosen the lug nuts.
Anyway,
Nice the tires.
Harrigan,
Sean,
yes, sir.
When we were contacted by the program to say meet at 11 o'clock, remind me how that happened. Was it a phone call?
Yes.
Or was it a text?
No, it was a phone call.
And from someone I didn't recognize, right?
I don't recall, honestly. I don't think it was you. I think you asked me if it was your handler, and I think it was just somebody letting you know that they wanted to rendezvous at the mall with all the.
I think that's correct. I
all
don't
the
think it was.
details that you currently have.
I don't remember coming away from that thinking, awesome, that's my guy or that's my gal.
Yeah.
Where I remember there being more mystery
There's
than
more
that.
of there's something to do.
So Maya, with the new phone setup, I would imagine has the number of her handler memorized. She's just going to send a text to that number that says we're here.
Okay.
As we're approaching.
All right.
Thanks.
Sounds good. Okay.
We're driving. Is there like a parking lot around this mall?
Yeah,
Is it just
there's a
drive up
big
to the mall.
like exterior like drive
the
that
run.
goes all the way around, and there's the big lot.
We're gonna take that. I'm gonna cut through the parking lots, and we're literally looking for signs of life.
Got it. All right. So as you're driving, Viper, you're like not in the dark, but you can make out like don't drive over the curb into the grass, but make your way through. The cement is easy to see with the contrast. Maya, as you're sitting there kind of as a passenger in the vehicle, you notice quite a little distance away up towards the mall. There is there's some people moving in the mall parking lot.
No sign of a vehicle.
There is actually. There seems to be a truck. It looks like they're behind the back at the back of the truck, probably a box truck, and they're standing around. And there's a couple that you see one pull out a box, and they go towards around the back of the truck and into the mall.
So they look busy with like looting or loading or something.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I slow down for a minute so we can.
Yeah,
gauge
she
the
gestures and
situation.
points them out to Viper if he doesn't see it.
I stop and
Okay.
we're staring at it,
So
trying to figure out exactly what's happening.
and Maya, what you glanced as you're looking, you could probably count maybe 4 people. 2 of them might have been women wearing casual clothes and sunglasses. And a strange, it looked like the size of a child in a metallic outfit for some reason. And they were, and hats, moving large boxes from the truck into the mall.
Kind of hats. Important.
Baseball hat,
Okay.
baseball cap.
You're asking about the hats. I'm worried about the kid in the spacesuit.
Yeah.
Yeah. I wanted to see, Lou. I wanted to see if there was more to it than just the kid.
I'm just
like are they space hats?
Give me
Are they
alertness. Give me an
tinfoil
alertness
hats?
check, Maya.
Okay. Alertness. Any modifier?
No, straight.
Ryan. Did it roll?
It did.
I think I did. I did it
I heard
twice.
it
So
roll.
take
You did.
the first one.
All right.
Take the first one.
You failed.
I failed.
The first one. The second one you made, but
Right on the money.
And as you pointed out and pointed to Viper, Viper looks over and the people they disappeared into the mall.
Carrying boxes or going to get more boxes?
It looks like they carried a couple boxes in and there's nobody at the truck.
And it's a box truck.
Yes.
It's just like, now what? What's going on?
Mantillo, you see the vehicle, the truck stop. And when you do, you
I run
notice
into
this
it.
as well. And you just catch one person, Mantillo. And you see the
Okay.
box truck off into the distance. It's probably a couple 100 meters away.
So my goal is to get towards the box truck without them seeing me. Without the box truck people seeing me, not without Viper and Maya seeing me.
Okay. All right. You can.
Is there any writing on the box truck? Is
No.
it like a rental, a U-Haul, or is it no, it's dark anyway. Okay. Just a blank white truck.
white box truck?
WBT.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did they see our headlights? Like, were they looking at us? Can we
Now,
see their faces?
you are
reflecting?
not sure.
So you want to just drive up to the box truck?
No. Park here. Shut the lights off.
So I go to put it in
I don't-
drive,
I don't
and then
know
you're
who they
like,
are.
stop.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. Mantillo's got the jump. Is like trucking along and across the field, the parking lot, trying to gain some ground to get closer to the truck. Give me, let's see, a stealth check and a luck roll. Mantillo.
My stealth is pretty well unstoppable.
That is rolling.
Right. He failed.
Did it roll? I rolled. I assume I failed.
And he failed.
Yes.
Yeah, I assume I failed.
Unstoppable.
Unstoppable.
And then let's see
Crap.
my luck. I know I was telling you where it was.
Top of the sheet.
And WP hit points, physical.
Yeah, very
skill.
top.
Always at the top of the sheet for luck. Oh, where'd he go?
We lose Edwin?
Yeah, he dropped.
That's some luck roll.
He doesn't like failure.
Truly unlucky.
All right.
He does not like failure. What did you get on your roll?
I don't know. I'm reloading.
I can tell you.
There we go. I'm now I failed
You
stealth.
did fail stealth.
Looks like that other roll didn't happen, so I'll roll it again. Go
East.
away. Minimum screen resolution. Escapes, Mantillo, roll luck. There we go. Successfully lucky.
Success.
So you make it behind the truck just as the people emerge.
Okay. From the building.
From the mall, yeah. From the building.
From the mall, yeah.
You get in the truck's cab.
Oh, okay.
I'm sorry. Let me back up.
What?
The people emerge. They get in the
drive away.
They get in the truck's cab and they turn on
and
they turn on the radio. My bad.
Okay.
And you seem you appear to be unseen for the moment.
Is there a license plate with a light on it that I can see?
No. You are.
Is there? Okay.
You are essentially like you're. Also, I should probably let you know you're like behind a cement base of a light pole.
Okay.
As 6 people suddenly emerge and get into the truck,
including the space child.
I will.
There is no child.
I will pull my gun and stay hidden behind the cement barricade and assume that the other 2 are coming.
Okay.
I motion to Maya to hand me my pistol from the glove compartment.
She opens a glove box and she hands it over. She has her own
Reluctantly.
gun out.
Takes all the bullets out.
I now have a shoulder holster on.
She does the Bourne thing where she takes the slide off the gun and hands you both pieces.
And I saw Mantillo's amazing stealth attempt. And again, I just said to myself, I'm like, yeah, this is how M-Team does it.
I wasn't trying to hide from you.
I know, but I watched the whole thing going, oh, this is a wreck.
Yeah. So you're essentially behind that. Like you're behind the vehicle, behind that cement light pole.
And there's no license plate, or I just can't see if there's a license plate.
There is a license plate. There's a Massachusetts license plate.
Okay, there's a plate. Okay, cool. So mass plate.
Yep.
Maya, are we stopping this
truck?
truck
Number in my head
from leaving? What is the play?
She's got the slide back on her gun. She's making sure there's a round in the chamber. She's like, I don't know who these people are. This is not our meat. Did you see the kid in the suit?
Yeah, I don't know. It was like a tinfoil outfit. I don't know what that was about.
I think we should check out other areas here, but we need to support Mantillo. We should get out and approach on foot.
On foot.
I'm going to. Maybe you stay here and you can come swoop into our rescue if you need.
I think you guys might need Overwatch. And as you say that, I pop the trunk. And I get out and I walk around to the back of the trunk. And I take the 2 boxes of books and put them on the ground. And I take the spare, I flip up the bottom. And I have a rifle, I have guns, I have grenades, I have all kinds of stuff in there.
What?
So I take my Zastava M5966 Yugoslav rifle, semi-automatic, and I make sure there's one in the breach, and so go help your friend.
He's like, what? Who are you?
and then I dip down into the trunk and I come back out, and I have night vision goggles on top of my head.
Maya just shakes her head a little bit, and then she's going to try to make her way to Mantillo.
And you're impressed by Viper for like a second.
Yes.
For a second. He might know what he's doing.
Possible.
All right.
In fact, if I can change my action.
Sure, of course.
She gets to the front quarter panel of the vehicle while he's like, all we can hear is the click clack, and he's putting on the commando paint, putting the night vision goggles on, and all that stuff. She will text Mantillo.
Okay.
She's sort of crouched down by the front of the car, and she's like, I don't know if this is the meat. X that.
Well,
She saw 4 people, right, Sean?
yeah.
And a child.
Yes.
So she doesn't know what Mantillo has seen, so she's like 4 plus a child. She'll text that as well.
All right.
I will text back, up to you, 6 here.
So before you get to the front of the truck,
Yep.
I want to know if you get away with sneaking up towards the front of the truck.
When I said front of the truck, I meant front of his truck.
Our.
I'm sorry.
Viper's truck.
Got it. My apologies. Okay.
Yeah, Viper's truck. In other words, what she's about to cross this open space.
Got it.
And she's like, wait a minute, I can give her some information before I even make the break.
My apologies. We have 2 trucks in the scene. I was mistaken.
Yep.
The Durango.
The truck.
So
okay.
The next text, Mantillo, is, are we interrupting this? Question mark.
Your call. I'm on support. Your call.
The guy's she goes in all guns blazing and is like, I don't know.
You look back. You look back at Viper after you're asking.
I said I was there to support him if it were for the meat. That's what I'm doing.
I take my Yugoslav rifle and I'm screwing an M60 rifle grenade to the front of it.
Maya's not seeing that because
Right.
Okay.
And I'm not seeing it.
It comes standard issue, the rifle grenade attachment on that.
In like
specific
1960.
rifle.
I'm sure this is all going to work very well, this equipment.
It works fine. I got it on the black market in Bahrain. They made $250,000 of these rifles. It's a replica of the Soviet SKS rifle that they made in Yugoslavia. It's made it to many wars, and it's easy to get over there. I did my research.
Follow-up text message.
I did my research.
I had a friend who used to have one. They're fun to shoot. The SKS version, not the version.
Well, yeah, it's
Not the grenade.
this one only shoots 3
Not the
times
grenade
per
launcher.
brick.
I think there's a moment where Maya's head hangs. Where she's just
It's an
like,
anti-personnel grenade, just so you know. It's not the armor-piercing version.
her head hangs without even knowing there's a grenade launcher or rifle grenade being screwed onto the front of the rifle. She doesn't even know that, and her head's hanging. And she's like, I don't know what else to do, so I think we should stop them. We should find out if this is anything to do with anything.
All right. You want me to stop them and you watch, or you gonna stop them?
I'll come up.
You stop or me stop?
I'll go talk to them. You support from where you are because they haven't seen you yet, right?
Right.
All right. So having said that, Maya's going to have her gun in her pocket, but she's just going to walk alone up towards the truck. And the 6, maybe she can make out 6 now, Sean. You said kind of more came out. She's just walking towards them.
All right. Sounds
If she
good.
gets close enough, she'll alert them.
Sounds good. That's a good place to end for the night, I think.
I knew it.
As Viper flips down his night vision
Yeah.
and leans on the hood of the Durango, his rifle with M60 rifle grenade.
This is how we lost his team.
This has been a Litterbox Studio production.